Hi guys, this is Ola here with a new video after a very long break, which I'm very sorry for. And yes, if you're here for the first time, I'm Ola, like I said. I am disabled, so you might want to watch my last video where I talk about my disability more. So in this video, I would like to tell you about 10 things that I really like about being disabled. However crazy it may sound, being disabled is not the worst thing in the world for most people. So my disability is called arthrogryposis multiplex congenita. It's AMC, and it's a physical disability. My hands look a bit different and I can do a bit less things with them. I also walk in a bit different way, but even with that, I'm completely independent right now. The first thing, which I don't know if it's the most important or not, but for some reason it seemed to me to be a good thing to put in the first place, are all of the lessons that my disability taught me and all of the experiences that I had. I know for a fact that I would be a completely different person if I wasn't disabled, and I don't really like the idea of that, of being, a completely different person. And of the lessons that I've learned in the past 20 years, I know that some, maybe most, probably not most of them, but some of them were caused by my disability. And it wasn't, easy when I was a child. I had had to do a lot of exercises, had some surgeries and stuff like that, but I'm not mad about it. I feel like it made me stronger. So it really sounds crazy, but I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to learn mostly about myself, and also of the experiences that I had. They just shaped who I am right now, and I wouldn't like to change it. So if I don't want to change who I am now, I don't want to change my disability, if you know what I mean. So the next thing is kind of connected to that, and it's what interests I have and what knowledge I have, which was, some of that was also because of my disability. I know that if I wasn't disabled, I would probably choose a different career path for myself, and maybe I wouldn't be, interested in the things that I'm interested in now, and wouldn't have the same hobbies that I have now. So it's also the same thing. I just like being myself now. I like what I'm interested in. I like who I am right now. So I just wouldn't like to change it. The third thing is also kind of connected to the first two things that I've just talked about, and it's the tolerance and empathy that I have for other people, which I hope I would also have if I wasn't disabled. But I kind of think that my disability made me more tolerant as I experienced, being in a minority group. And that's why I think that people like me are probably more likely to be more tolerant than maybe other people. I don't know, it's just my opinion, so you can comment below if you have other opinions. So yeah, I think that if you experience some sort of bullying or the lack of tolerance yourself, then you're more likely to be tolerant towards other people. And I really would rather be disabled but, tolerant for other minority groups and all other people than not disabled and maybe not care about it that much. So the next point is the fact that I'm just more confident. I'm more confident in my body. It wasn't like that for my whole life. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't confident and positive about my body for my whole life. It only started maybe a few years ago, maybe even less, maybe like a year or two ago. But I feel like I'm still learning that. I'm still learning confidence. But I also feel like disability sort of requires you to be more confident than other people. Maybe not more confident, but to be at the same level of confidence, you have to work more on your own confidence and on what you think about yourself. The next and fifth point is the fact that I think and I hope that I judge people by their looks less, just because I don't look perfect or normal, like some people would probably say and think. I feel like I don't really care what people look like. I care what they look like inside, because that's how I would like people to think about me. And speaking about people, the sixth point, which I kind of wanted to put in the first place, but then again I didn't, which I don't know why. But okay, the sixth point is all the people that I've met because of my disability. I've made friends because of that, both online and in real life. I'm really, really happy that I've had a chance to meet so many amazing people who I've met only because of my disability, like people who helped me in hospitals or when doing my exercises, and I wouldn't have met any of them if I wasn't disabled, of course. The next thing are all of the people that I haven't met, which may sound weird to you, but I'm glad that I haven't met some of the people because, you know, some people judge others by looks. I'm pretty sure that some people didn't even approach me or try to, you know, talk to me or become friends with me just because of the way I look like. And why would I like to be friends with them? And why would I like to even interact with them? So I'm actually really glad that because of the way I look, I kind of made some people just don't come to me and don't meet me, which is great because I wouldn't like to meet them if they didn't want to meet me because I look in a certain way. So the 8th point is also about people, but it's about people who helped me and how I'm more okay with asking people for help. So even if you're disabled or not disabled, I think that everyone should be able to ask other people for help. And I feel like because I am disabled and I needed a lot of help from people when I was younger, and I still need some help from people now, I think that kind of made me more okay to ask for help in other parts of life too, not only about things that I can't do because of my disability. And the next point is the fact that my disability gives me opportunity to help other people. And that's probably the main and most important reason why I've started this YouTube channel. I think that representation of all kinds of people in media is very important. And I also feel like when I was younger, and even now to be honest, but especially when I was younger and I needed to see people like me in media or online, they weren't there. There's more and more people like me and other disabled people in social, especially in social media right now. So it's great, it's amazing. But I still feel like there's not a lot of people who are disabled but independent. And that's what I always struggle with because I felt like I wasn't disabled enough, but I also felt like I wasn't able enough. And that's why I would like to be this kind of person that young Ola needed to see in the internet. So if you ever need to talk to someone or if you'd like to ask me some questions, either about my disability or even if you have the same disability that I do, which is AMC, and you'd like to ask me about exercises I had or other stuff connected to that, if you just would like to ask me anything, to be honest, you can always leave a comment below or message me on my social media, Instagram or Twitter, and I would really, really love to talk with all of you. And the last point is the opportunity to educate other people, because I don't think that all the people who watch me are disabled. So for those of you who aren't, I hope that you'll learn some things about disabled people's lives here. And even if I can't speak, you know, about all of the disabled community, I at least can speak about myself and about things from my own perspective and about my own opinions. And I hope that some of them will be useful for people who would like to learn more about those who live around them, and maybe, you know, it would give some possibility for people to make new friends, or they will know how to approach disabled people better or how to talk to them. We're not that scary, but we also have some things that we really don't like what other people, usually able-bodied people, do. So I'll also make videos about that, about things that you should say or should do around disabled people and things you shouldn't. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel and click that bell button below if you'd like to get notifications about new videos. And I would really love to hear from you in the comments, especially what types of videos would you like to see on my channel and what types of topics maybe you would like me to talk about. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all well in these difficult times, and I hope you're all staying home if your government told you to do so. So stay safe and I'll see you next time.